Greetings, I'm Ms. Solailing Madeline, Principal of NUS High School of Mathematics and Science, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to join me on this journey to experiment, explore, and excel at NUS High. We are a young and dynamic school. Set up only 15 years ago in 2005, the school aspires to inspire and shape the future of education in mathematics and science. In the short history of the school has established its name in the fraternity of schools for those who are passionate and talented in math and science across the globe, from China to Australia, from Japan to the United States. At the local level, we pride ourselves for leading the way in curriculum innovation. For example, we incorporated computational thinking into our curriculum for all year ones since 2016. At the international level, we organized the biennial Singapore International Mathematics Challenge. I was also approached by schools from Thailand and US to share our curriculum framework. So what is our vision for our graduates? We strive to nurture our students to be future-ready pioneers, humanitarians, and innovators for the world. Besides having the values, attitudes, and skills to adapt and overcome challenges in a fast-changing world, we want them to have the pioneering spirit of risk-takers and innovators who have the courage and grit to explore untrodden paths, to turn improbable dreams into reality, to do this not merely for their personal achievement, but for the improvement of lives of people around the world. Our aspirations are founded on the values of wonderment, integrity, service, excellence, resilience, and humility. We form our students to be motivated by their fascination with the world and self-driven to do their best in every endeavor. They are guided by sound moral values and humble in learning and serving, with a can-do spirit, and directs them to persevere and to pick themselves up when they fall. In short, we grow wiser with humility. How do our vision and values translate into student outcomes? There is no better way than to look at our young alumni. Our very first President Scholar hails from the class of 2013. Brandon graduated from Harvard University and is now serving in the Ministry of National Development. Girish Kumar was the first student in Singapore to make it to the final of the Google Science Fair. At year 6, he won the Google Technologies Award with his software RevOut, which could intelligently read information and formulate relevant questions based on the information. If you are a teacher, you would love this software, as it could generate multiple choice questions with viable distractors given any text. Our school helped Girish to file a provisional patent for his software. To date, we have filed provisional patents for 3 students for their invention. Challenging gender stereotypes, our girls do exceedingly well in math and science. Zhao Ye from our pioneer cohort won top accolades at international platforms for science and engineering and physics. Her strength in science certainly does not preclude her from developing her passion in music and serving as a student counselor. Highly sought after, Zhao Ye was interned at Google, worked at Spotify, and is now with Facebook. Yi Xuan, on the other hand, is an outdoor enthusiast. This photo shows her bravely attempting waterfall abseiling at Mount Ophir in a trip with the school's outdoor activity club. Having an avid interest in plants, Yi Xuan discovered a new species of orchid in her research project in year 5. She is now reading biology at Oxford University. Our pioneering spirit and humanitarian capacity are apparent in Charles Wong and Daniel Lim. Charles won the Singapore Digital Tech Blazer Award with his final year project at SUTD, the Singapore University of Technology and Design. Upon graduation, Charles co-founded Bifrost, a company that builds 3D worlds at scale, a first in Singapore, which can generate a large volume of 3D data to train AI. As a student in NUS High, Daniel founded the NGO Team Ardor to promote volunteerism and train young people to lead community projects. He also set up a tech company, SoapSwipe, that encourages recycling and empowers individuals to swap their pre-loved items without hurting the planet or their wallets. So these are some of our exemplary pioneers, humanitarians, and innovators. We offer our own diploma, which is recognized by all local universities and top universities in the US, UK, Australia, and other countries around the world. We are also the only school where students can read undergraduate modules from NUS, SMU, and SIT DigiPen, as these universities recognize the high caliber of NUS High students. So, what does it look like if your child joins NUS High? If she completes a few university modules when she is in school, she will earn credits that can be transferred to the respective universities should she gain admission. This would allow her to shorten the time needed to complete her degree, or she could have more time to take up internships or extend exchange programs with overseas universities. With a cohort size of only 170 students each year, our school offers an excellent student-to-teacher ratio. The small cohort avails your child with abundant opportunities to learn and grow holistically, to discover his passions and strengths, and to form lifelong friendships with peers and strong teacher-student relationships. As the students do not need to prepare for both the O and A-level examinations, not only is time freed up for learning, it also allows us the flexibility to design a curriculum that flows naturally over 6 years, rather than the 4+2 years in other IP schools. For example, when your child learns the physics of motion in NUS High, it is done as a single meaningful module. We do not split it up into one-dimensional motion at the O level and two-dimensional motion at the A level. Our curriculum structure is built on the modular system that allows your child the flexibility to choose a combination of modules according to his or her passion. It also accords us the flexibility to accelerate students according to their strengths. Students' performance is recognized through the grade point system. Your child will earn credits for each module completed, which contribute towards the cumulative average point, or CAP for short. Only modules for years 3 to 6 are counted towards graduation. This is to give your child sufficient time to transition from primary to secondary school and to adjust to the new curricular approach and expectations. There are 3 types of modules in our curriculum. Core modules are compulsory and students must pass them as they build the foundational knowledge and skills for each subject domain. Your child can choose to take up elective and enrichment modules according to his interests. Elective modules are more rigorous in nature and aim to give a deeper understanding of the subject, whereas enrichment modules aim to broaden his interests and do not count towards the final grade. It also encourages him to learn out of interest rather than for grades. The first 3 years of the high school curriculum is classified as foundation years, while the upper 3 years are the specialization years. Shaping the character and values of the child is the foundation of a good education. Character and citizenship education is taught explicitly in the curriculum, and this is complemented by the informal curriculum, which will be elaborated on later. Being a specialized math and science school, we have an enriched curriculum in these domains. As mentioned earlier, we lead the way in introducing computational thinking into our curriculum by making computer science a compulsory module for all year ones since 2016. Biology, chemistry, and physics are taught as specialized modules from year 1. We are a math and science school. Our curriculum is very holistic and develops students in the languages, humanities, and aesthetics domains. We are aligned to the national policy on bilingualism, and all students offer mother tongue languages at the standard or higher mother tongue levels. A very small number of students offer the lower mother tongue B level. Students sit for the GCE O-level mother tongue examinations, similar to students in mainstream and other IP schools. These are the only national examination that our students sit for. For third language, we offer the Malay Special Program, Chinese Special Program, French, and Japanese in-house, so that our students do not need to travel to MOE language centers to read these languages. Note that third language and foreign languages are optional modules. Humanities Studies is integrated at Year 1, and students offer geography, history, literature, art, or music at Years 2 and 3. Research is an important component of the NUS High curriculum throughout the 6 years. Students progress from basic research skills in the lower years, individualized or team-based research projects at the upper years. Of course, an education is incomplete without the development of a healthy body, and physical education makes up the holistic curriculum. In the specialization years, a student must offer a math major and 2 science majors. A 4th major is optional and can be in any science, humanities, or aesthetics. Students who do not read a major in the humanities will need to take up a humanities capstone module. For each major, students can also choose to offer it at the honors level. By the end of Year 3, students would have completed a curricular coverage equivalent to O-level plus. At Year 6, a major is slightly beyond a H2 subject at A-level, while an honors is pegged at the first year of undergraduate studies. To give a sense of the demands of a major, let me illustrate with 2 examples. The first example is computer science. All schools are starting to provide some exposure to computing, some with vendor support. We are the only school in Singapore with a full 6-year computer science program conducted by our own full-time teachers. As we have full control of our curriculum, we review and update it regularly to maintain it at the forefront of computer science education. All Year 1 students have to read a compulsory computational thinking module, and the foundation in programming is built upon in Years 2 and 3. Mobile app development, data analytics, AI, and cybersecurity are all included in our major modules. Many of our students are talented in more than one area. For example, it is not uncommon to see students who are strong in math and music. Such students can read music as a 4th major in our school. Because of our affiliation with NUS, we are able to tap on the NUS Yong Siu To Conservatory to support our music majors. If your child comes to NUS High, our qualified staff will make every effort to ensure that he learns in authentic environments and that the lessons engage his curious mind. He will spend a significant amount of time in the labs or out in the field trips to understand the world through science. Those of you who know the book or movie Lord of the Rings will know that Frodo has an elven cloak which can make him invisible. In December 2014, the University of Rochester engineered a lens system that makes the object behind the lens becomes invisible. And by early 2015, we have set up a similar system in NUS High to engage our students in the study of optics. If your child has a chance to visit our school, come round and take a photograph of yourself disappearing. In the foundation years, your child will have practicals every week in the labs for all 3 sciences. We have the equipment that will allow her to construct her cloud chamber. She can then see the ionizing radiation for herself. So even theoretical physics can be learned via experiential inquiry. Field trips are a norm for students taking biology. In fact, the biology interest group make regular trips to various places like offshore islands to have a closer look at nature. The crime scene investigation activity is conducted as one of the practical projects that students have to complete as part of their core module. Through creating a mock crime scene, teachers can show the relevance of testing chemicals in a real-life context. The Year 2s work in pairs on mini projects. One of them is like this Stirling engine here. Right? It is used to demonstrate thermodynamics. Assessment of students' performance in the modules are authentic and multimodal. Besides pen and paper tests, alternative assessments like projects and portfolios are common. For example, your child will learn projectile motion and illustrate his understanding by designing and building his own projectile launcher. You may be familiar with the Powerpuff Girls. It is actually a math assignment submitted by our Year 3 students to showcase their understanding of curve transformation, like rotation, shearing, etc. I have mentioned that research is an important component of the curriculum. Let me now elaborate on the research curriculum. The core modules in Year 1 lay the foundational skills in design and engineering, science presentations, and research methodology. In Years 2 and 3, your child will choose one from among junior math research, junior science research, and junior maker. In the upper years, she will do a project in an area of her choice. Every Year 5 student has to complete a research project of his interest. This is made possible by our strong and wide network of partners. You can see here the many partnerships and collaborations we have formed with universities, research institutions, and hospitals for research projects. Let me share with you some of the products of our research projects. Over here, the anti-hex is an irregular 3D puzzle designed by a pair of students in 2016. 3 girls worked on a project on supercapacitive paint for 3 years, mentored by the DSO National Laboratories. The girls became the second group of students from Singapore whose project reached the finals of the Google Science Fair, the first being our student Girish Kumar mentioned earlier. A pair of siblings wrote a research proposal to tag radio transmitters to dragonflies. They received a research grant from the Little Green Dot for this research. You may have seen many drones, but this is an unusual tri-rotor constructed by a student. In all these projects, the students have gone beyond the requirements of the advanced research projects out of their own passion and interest, and they demonstrated a great deal of determination and resilience. The outcomes of our Research, Innovation, and Enterprise program are many, including 49 research publications, 4 books, 3 patents, and numerous international awards for our students. The school has in place special programs to stretch our most talented students. The Galileo program brings our students learning to the frontier of space. Selected students read space engineering modules in NUS together with the undergraduates. One of the projects that our students participated in was the Asian Tri-Zero-G experiment conducted by JAXA, the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. JAXA has an astronaut in the International Space Station. It ran a competition called Asian Tri-Zero-G experiment to get used in Asian countries to propose experiments to be conducted by the Japanese astronaut. In 2018, 2 out of the 8 experiments selected were proposed by our Year 3 students.
Okay, the first experiment is paper boomerangs. This experiment is proposed by Indonesian and Singaporean friends. Okay, when I tried this boomerang on the ground before going to space, the boomerang, when I throw, then soon it will come back towards me. But in space, for some reason, it won't come back. I will try one more time. It's just gone.
This same group of students with strong space engineering background are now embarking on an ambitious project. They self-initiated the building of a nano-satellite with a larger group of NUS High students, and they hope to launch the satellite within 2 years from now. If your child joins our school, she will witness the exciting moment. All our students are gifted in math and science. Einstein Plus program is our talent development program for those exceptionally gifted. These students are provided with individualized education plan. Students are academically mentored by expert trainers and mentors. There are the many opportunities for them to be inspired by distinguished researchers like Fields medalists and Nobel laureates. One mode of talent development is acceleration. Here is an example of how students who are strong in maths could accelerate and skip modules taken by their peers and offer maths modules at NUS instead. At Year 2, they would skip the Year 2 module and offer the Year 3 module instead. After completing the Year 4 module, they would skip the Year 5 module and go straight to the Year 6 module. With this flexibility, they would have accelerated 2 years and are able to read 2 modules at NUS in Years 5 and 6. So here is a list of modules taken by our students at NUS, SMU, and SIT DigiPen. It spans the fields of sciences, engineering, maths, computing, language, and management. 40% of our students would take up at least one university module, and majority would get at least an A- grade. Talented students are also stretched through our academic Olympiad modules. The sterling achievements of our students is testimony to the success of the program. Notably, our students have clinched top spots in the international Olympiads, like Lim Jack in maths, and Xin Yi in biology, Zhihan in chemistry, and Francis in physics. Besides the maths and sciences, talents in humanities, English language, and literature are also harnessed through the Socrates program. Our in-house student-initiated Sustainable Development Youth Convention has a reach beyond Singapore and is well attended by international participants. This is a platform through which our students relate their interests in math and science to applications in society. Sherilyn is one student who has benefited from the opportunities and went on to the University of Cambridge to read law on a PSC scholarship. She said, "I pursued literature together with chemistry and biology at NUS High. It is a myth that the school only caters to the development of math and science. I was presented with many opportunities to develop my interests in the languages and the humanities." In summary, NUS High School offers a unique and holistic academic curriculum that is forward-looking and flexible in catering to the passions and interests of your child. The strong emphasis on research develops the 21st century competencies in your child and prepares him or her well for the future. Learning is exciting and fun, with real-life applications and cool gadgets and equipment weaved into lessons and assessments. The talent development platforms stretch your child in not just his or her maths and science talents, but also his strengths in the humanities, language, and literature. Our girls and boys have performed well on the international arena, and those who have completed the diploma gained admission to reputable universities locally and around the world. But life in school is not all about academic studies. In fact, we know that one of the considerations of the choice of secondary school for many children is co-curricular activities, or CCAs. NUSI offers 24 CCAs, an amazingly large number considering the small size of our cohort. With CCAs meeting only twice a week, the students have done exceedingly well in many areas. At the Singapore Youth Festival Arts presentation last year, the performing arts groups, the mixed ensemble, choir, and dance were awarded the Certificate of Distinction, while the string ensemble was awarded the Certificate of Commendation. Our sporting talents and clubs have also done us proud in the National School Games for fencing, taekwondo, and athletics, as well as for chess and robotics competitions. To encourage the pioneering spirit and student initiative, the school further supports subject interest groups that are student-initiated and student-run in pursuit of passions beyond the curriculum. We currently have 9 subject interest groups with a total membership of about 400 students. These groups are listed on the slide. I cannot overemphasize the importance of character and citizenship education and humanitarian education in the school curriculum. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video would multiply beyond 1,000,000 words. So I will let our videos tell you the story of character and citizenship education and humanitarian education at NUS High. Indeed, we want our students to develop sound moral principles and the empathy for others, to make a difference to those in need and contribute positively to Singapore and the world. Hence, our character and humanitarian education are supported by a leadership development framework to help our students develop the skills, attitudes, awareness, and influence so that every NUS High student is poised to lead self, inspire others, and shape futures. Besides leadership opportunities at various structured platforms, including Student Council, House, Class, CCA, SIG, Project, etc., we believe that leadership does not require a formal title or position, but rather, it is a conscious choice to make a positive difference to others by stepping up when opportunity presents itself, or by creating opportunities. To develop a growth mindset and encourage our students to have the humility to learn from the best in the world and develop cross-cultural skills, the school offers every student an opportunity to learn overseas, thanks to the small cohort size. Besides cultural exchange programs, we also partner with universities exclusively to organize overseas student academic programs, or OSAP. This gives our students more opportunities compared to competing with students from schools for the MOE OSAP programs. This shows our students on OSAP to University of Queensland in Australia, OSAP to CERN in Switzerland, XLab in Germany, and Beihang University in China. In summary, the student development programs of the school is anchored on our school values of wonderment, integrity, service, excellence, resilience, and humility. We build the character strengths of our students through formal and informal platforms, including character and citizenship education, humanitarian education, student leadership development, CCAs, etc. The culture of care and positive relationships among teachers and students provide the emotional support structure that guides the growth and development of our students. Our staff care goes beyond the school. Mr. Eric Valles is our English teacher. He cares and nurtures his students to become young poets. As the director of the Singapore Poetry Festival, he is well positioned to provide lots of opportunities for our students to learn and appreciate poetry. Our lab technologist also cares for the teachers and students. We call them lab technologists as they are degree holders and one has a master in science communication. He is one of the innovation champions in MOE because of his creativity in designing physics demonstrations that benefit not only our students, but all A-level students. The NUS High Diploma is unique and is reviewed and accredited regularly by NUS, MOE Curriculum Planning and Development Division, and MOE Gifted Education Branch. Our affiliation with NUS accords us their support in the areas of university modules for our students, mentoring by academics, access to distinguished visitors like Nobel laureates, and access to physical resources like the library and the university town. Our outstanding students are able to secure admission to NUS during the direct admission phase with their portfolio of research projects and university modules taken during their high school years. To support our students who are keen to further their education in the US, the school organizes US advanced placement examinations for interested students. Our students have performed well consistently, and almost all NUS High students can be exempted from Year 1 modules at top US universities. Our curriculum is designed by our school. Because of that, we can respond very quickly to the needs of our students and make them future ready. The curriculum is credited by a team of NUS professors, MOE curriculum experts, and gifted education specialists once every 5 years. Our diploma is recognized by all the local universities and top universities in the UK, USA, and Australia. The list on the slide is the first set of universities that recognize our diploma even before we have our first graduates in 2008. The reputation of our diploma is further strengthened by our graduates who are now doing very well in these top universities. Now the list is much longer, and you can refer to our website for the updated list of universities. You must be thinking, there was a lot of information shared in this video. Indeed, because NUS High is such a unique school, unlike all the other schools that you know. You can revisit this recording and digest the information in bits. In making your decision, you can perhaps do the following. Find out more about the school by visiting our website, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Ask yourself if you have the passion for maths and science. If you do, then you may be the candidate we are looking for. Do not be deterred by the number of applicants. You will never know whether you will succeed unless you try. So join us to realize your full potential as a pioneer, humanitarian, and innovator. See you soon.